Spain's Davis Cup captain has finally broken his silence on the one question that has shaken the entire tennis world. Did Carlos Alcaraz's absence cost Spain the Davis Cup final against Italy? And what David Ferrer reveals is not what fans expected. This is the full truth behind the injury, the pressure, the heartbreak, and exactly how Spain collapsed in a final where everything was on the line. Welcome back to Net Rush Report, your home for fast, emotional, and absolutely unmissable tennis. Stories happening right now. If you love staying ahead of every major twist in the tennis world, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's jump right into it. The Davis Cup final in Bologna was supposed to be a blockbuster. Spain versus Italy, two powerhouse nations. A chance for Spain to chase their 7th Davis Cup title. A chance for Italy to attempt history. But before the very first ball was struck, the world already knew something was wrong. Because the two biggest names, world number 1 Carlos Alcaraz and world number 2 Jannik Sinner, were nowhere to be seen. Point 2 giants, point 2 rivals, point 2 players who have defined the 2025 season, and both were out. For Spain, the loss of Alcaraz wasn't just unfortunate, it was a seismic shock. Alcaraz had just come off a brutal week at the ATP Finals, where he pushed his body to the absolute limit. During his match against Jannik Sinner, fans noticed him request a medical timeout, and then the cameras caught him having his right hamstring heavily strapped. It looked bad, but no one imagined it was this bad. Doctors later confirmed he was suffering from an edema in his right hamstring, a dangerous condition where swelling inside the muscle can lead to tears if the athlete continues to play. Spain's medical team and the ATP doctors both gave the same verdict. Carlos Alcaraz must not compete. Not even for the Davis Cup. Not even for his country. The decision was painful, but life-saving. Still, when Spain fell short 2-0 in the final, criticism lit up social media like wildfire. Fans claimed he should have pushed through. Others questioned his commitment, and some insisted Spain would have won easily with their top star. So what did Spain's captain, former world number 3 and Davis Cup warrior David Ferrer, have to say? Finally, after days of silence, Ferrer spoke. Ferrer began by acknowledging the reality everyone needed to hear. Carlos Alcaraz wanted to play. He wanted to be there. He wanted to fight for Spain. But the injury simply made it impossible. Ferrer made it clear that Alcaraz's health had to come first. He praised the world number 1 for being responsible, for listening to medical advice, and for not risking a career-threatening injury. Ferrer reminded critics that the 22-year-old has already carried enormous pressure and has always shown up for Spain whenever he could. Then came the moment everyone was waiting for. Ferrer was asked directly. Ferrer didn't dodge the question, he didn't sugarcoat anything. Instead, he gave a simple, honest answer. Spain lost because Italy was better on the day, not because of one missing player. Tennis, he said, is never about a single matchup or a single superstar. It's about depth, energy, matchups, nerves, and execution. He added that even if Alcaraz had played, nothing was guaranteed. Then Ferrer offered a bigger perspective, one that every tennis fan needed to hear. He said that both Alcaraz and Sinner, despite their injuries, are on a destiny-driven path. A path that mirrors the legends before them: Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic. Ferrer believes the Alcaraz-Sinner rivalry will define an entire generation of tennis, just like the Big Three once did. He said their impact will be felt for years, their legacy will be enormous, and losses like this Davis Cup final are only stepping stones toward greater history. It was emotional. It was honest. And it silenced the critics instantly. Now let's break down exactly what happened in those two matches that sealed Spain's fate. The Davis Cup final ended shockingly fast. Just 2 matches. Match 1. Matteo Berrettini versus Pablo Carreño Busta. With Sinner out, Italy trusted another veteran, Matteo Berrettini. A former Wimbledon finalist. A man built for big moments. He faced Spain's Pablo Carreño Busta. Returning from injury himself, Berrettini was sharp from the first point, delivering heavy serves and relentless forehands. PCB fought hard, but couldn't match Berrettini's pace and aggression. The result: 6-3, 6-4 for Italy. Spain was already on the brink. Match 2. Jaume Munar versus Flavio Coballi. Spain decided to place their hopes in Jaume Munar, a fighter known for his grit. And at first, it looked like the captain's decision would pay off. Munar stormed through the opening set 6-1. Spain was alive. Fans were roaring. But Kobali, one of Italy's rising stars, refused to break that. He changed tactics, stepped closer to the baseline, and started attacking Munar's backhand. Slowly, dramatically, the match flipped. Kobali took the second set in a nail-biting tiebreak, 7-6, 5. And then came the heartbreak. In the final set, Munar held on as long as he could, but Kobali found a late break and closed the match. 7-5. And that was it. Spain was out. Italy had won their third straight Davis Cup title, becoming the only nation to achieve this incredible streak since the Challenge Round era ended in 1972. David Ferrer didn't blame Alcaraz. He didn't blame luck. He didn't blame the circumstances. He blamed nothing. Instead, he honored his players. That he honored Italy. And he reminded the world that Spain is building something powerful, a future led by Carlos Alcaraz, backed by emerging stars, and guided by a captain who knows what true leadership looks like. Spain will be back. Alcaraz will be back stronger. And when he and Sinner are healthy again, the tennis world is in for a rivalry that could define the next decade. Oh, that's exactly what happened behind the scenes of Spain's emotional Davis Cup final loss, and what their captain truly thinks about Carlos Alcaraz's absence. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more fast, emotional, and explosive tennis stories, make sure to subscribe to Net Rush Report and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.